Hey class, welcome to Stat 300 and Stat 10. This is Andrew Halseth. I'm your instructor for the class, and in this video, I'm just taking you through a little intro, a little tour of the class, what to expect, how to get started, how the class is structured, things like that. So thanks for signing up for my class. I hope you enjoy it, and I'm going to share my screen and get started. So hopefully you're able to get into the Canvas homepage. So this is what it looks like when you're there. The first thing you want to do is just read through this front page, which is similar to the email I sent you. Read the syllabus, etc. And then once you've done that, the next thing to do is to set up your MyLab account. So before you can do any assignments, you do have to set that up. And the best way to do it is just to make the purchase as you set it up. That'll be cheaper. If you must go through the bookstore, it's more expensive, $126, but that's an option as well. And let me show you really quickly how that's done if you haven't done it already. So from your Canvas page here, you click on My Lab and Mastering, and then it's going to say Open My Lab, or Get Started, it might say. And then it might have you accept a little terms and services agreement thing. And then it's going to have you either sign in if you already have a Pearson account. If not, it's going to take you through the process of creating a username, password, etc. You know, just like signing up for any website, really. And then you'll have an account, and it will take you to the registration page, which looks like this. And here are your options. So if you purchase the materials in the bookstore, in your materials, there's an access code, and you click on there, put in your access code, and you're in. Otherwise, you'll see there are a couple of options here. One of them is a 24-month access, which is too much for our class. You don't need 24 months, but if you want 24 months, that would be the option you would choose. Otherwise, you really just want to choose the 18-week option, which is the length of our course. So that's the button you press and you're in. Now it's not showing here, but if you're new to Pearson, it will have a link at the bottom of this page that says temporary access for 14 days. So click on that link if you're waiting for your funds or you're uncertain if you're going to be taking this class and you're just trying it out, then do the temporary. That gives you access to everything, homework and all, for that first 2 weeks. And then once you get your funds, you can upgrade your temporary account to permanent account for the entire semester. Okay. Once you have that all set up, then you're able to, anytime you want to, so I'll close that out. Anytime now you want to do homework from your Canvas, you just click on My Lab and Mastering, open My Lab, and it should take you to the assignments right here. Okay. So, and this is where pretty much all of your assignments are and videos are housed. Okay. Another way to get to this location, if I close that out, so there's one way is just to click My Lab and Mastering. Or the other way is to click on Modules from Canvas. This is slightly better because there are a few things that are in Canvas that are not in MyLab. So if you go to Modules, everything for the entire course is here. So and it's all chronological order. So as long as you're going down this list, you won't miss a thing. Okay, so I'll skip the top for a moment, but notice the first things on the list here are orientation assignments. So those are the things that are due on Thursday, January 18th. Make sure to get 100% on each of those in order to stay in the class. Okay, that's just a little thing about the syllabus, and then making sure you're able to use or get familiar with MyLab. From there, it's organized by week. So here's all of the things that are going to be due the first week, and everything is due on Sundays weekly. So you have the entire week to complete everything. Just make sure to get it all done on Sunday. Space it out for yourself, because if you try to do all of this on Sunday night, it might not go so well. So, and notice week 1 is kind of packed here. So I would get started with that as soon as possible, start knocking out these assignments. And notice what's involved here. You've got these Stat 10 assignments, which are these are for your Stat 10 support grade. Okay, there's 10 of them throughout the semester. And those assignments are just designed to give you some support mathematically for the stats that you'll be doing. So it's a little bit of a review assignment, really, most of the time, right? This first one's just reading articles about a growth mindset, but from then on, it's going to be a lot of just, math prep assignments. And then it's just going to alternate between watching videos and then completing the assignment. Watch a video, complete the assignment. Once you complete a chapter, there'll be a chapter quiz, and then it just keeps on going in that form, okay? So you'll get pretty used to the structure as you go through the semester. Notice you can work ahead. All of these assignments are live. So if you're done with week 1 early and you want to get started on week 2 material, by all means, go for it. Okay, so it's all here. You're not going to be missing anything if you work ahead. Otherwise, let me show you what these assignments and videos look like. By the way, the first 2 videos are the publisher's videos. They're not me. So you'll see somebody else explaining that material. But once you get to chapter 2, that'll be me. It's me going through my notes. And the notes are designed to help you with the assignments. Now you might be asking, where are these notes? So the notes for the entire semester are here. If you click on class notes, these are the notes that I'm using in the videos besides chapter 1. But once you get to chapter 2, these are the exact notes that I'm using in the video. So a good way to watch the videos is to have the notes out in front of you and just take your own notes, follow along with the video. Okay. Notice I have blank notes and then also completed notes, like a key, to help you along. This first link is the entire packet, all of the stuff for the entire semester. Right? So if you want to just print it all at once or put it on your computer all at once, that's that. Otherwise, it's broken down per chapter. Okay. Now there's a lot of notes. I mean, there's probably like 100 something pages worth of material here. So I do offer printed notes as well. And those are on my office door. I'm in my office right now, Howard Hall 109. So if you just come to my door, they're there. I don't know if you can see it from the video, but they're there. So you just pick up, help yourself to a packet, right? Just make sure you're getting Stat 300, because I also teach Math 373. Don't get those notes, get the Stat 300 notes. And then you have all the printed out notes for the entire semester. It's loose leaf, 3-hole punched, put them in a binder, you're good to go. Okay, so it's, however you want to do it. Maybe you have an iPad and you can just do it all electronically, but a lot of people like the printed notes, so those are available. Just pick them up on your own. Okay, so that's pretty much how the class is structured. If we go into MyLab and see how the assignments look. So again, that's one way to access going through MyLab or go through modules, either way. Taking a look at, say, assignment 1.1. By the way, you do have to watch the video before you can access the assignment. So that's what this warning is about. Unless you're the teacher, you can get right past it. Tells you how many questions there are. And then you're just gonna, kind of click on a question, go through it. A lot of things in chapter 1 are multiple choice. It's just on the nuts and bolts of statistics. So just, answer a question, click on, check your answer. I just guessed. It's not correct. Might give you another option if it's multiple choice. Right. Final check, so you get, it tells you if you're wrong. Now, multiple choice, you might get 2 tries or maybe just 1. If it's open-ended, you have to type in an answer, it'll give you 3 tries. But once you miss it 2 or 3 times, it's going to tell you what the correct answer is. It shows you what you answered and the correct answer, right? And now I have this red X on that question, and that's what I answered. That was the right answer. But if you see this similar question down here, you can click on that and do a new one. And then if you get that one correct, that red X will change to a green check and you get credit for it. So you can redo the questions as many times as you need to in order to get them right. Okay, so that's a nice feature. In other words, just keep practicing. If you don't get it right for the first time, try it again. If you need help, there's some different ways you can get help with a specific question. Get more help is one thing to click. A lot one thing that some students use is the help me solve this. And it'll help you solve that problem. Or you can look at an additional video, or there's your textbook. You know, you might have been wondering, where's the textbook for this class? It's all online, so there is a textbook, but you don't really need the physical textbook because you can access it right through here during homework sessions. Okay. Or you can click this Ask My Instructor. Ask My Instructor, it'll send me an email and it shows me the exact question you're working on because every student's getting different questions. So this is helpful for me if you're going to ask a question. Use this Ask My Instructor, type a little question that you have, and then I'll respond as soon as possible. Okay. Now in some other, so if I go back to assignments, when you get further into the material, like say chapter 2, 2.3, it's going to be a little bit more numerical. And let's just randomly select a question. So here's one where you have to type in an answer. So again, I'm going to just guess. Let's see if the answer is 3. No, it's going to give you a hint. Maybe it's 4. No. Right, let's try 5. Okay, so I tried it 3 times. I didn't get it right. It was 83. Right, and again, I have that red X. And I have the get more help. Here's another one. We didn't see this before, but a view an example. That's another nice feature. That'll give you an example that's similar to the one you're working on, but not that exact one. And you can view that example, and that should help you with this problem. Okay. Or again, so the two that are most common, view an example and ask my instructor. But you know, video and textbook are great too. If you just kind of miss something when you watched my video, watch this additional video from the publisher or read that textbook. That's helpful. Okay, so that's how homework is structured. You also notice there are quizzes. Quizzes are structured in a little bit different way because it's a test. So it'll tell you how many questions there are. There's no time limit. And you can redo these as many times as you need to, but each time you do it, you have to do all 15 questions, right? And this one, you're just answering it and then clicking next. So it's not going to give you that immediate feedback of whether you're right or wrong, right? You're just going through. Hopefully you're taking more time than I am, right? But once you feel comfortable with it, then you hit submit, and then it's going to give you your score immediately, right? I didn't complete it. That's okay. Let's just take a look. Or I missed everything, so I'm even bad at guessing. Okay, so my score is a 0%, gives you the score. And then you can even review it, right? Just by reviewing the test, you can see what you answered, what the correct answers are, and then you're able to take it again. Okay, so take the entire quiz again. It'll be a different form, but same questions, maybe just scrambled in different orders with different numbers, but same structure, same content. And your highest score is the one that will go in the gradebook. So if you take this quiz 10 times, only your best attempt goes into the gradebook. The other 9 attempts don't count for anything, okay? As long as you're doing it before the due date, okay? So make sure you're hitting those due dates. Don't wait to the last minute so that you give yourself enough time to redo quizzes if you need to, okay? That's the key. Okay, another place to go if you're getting stuck, you'll see under the list of things, there's this multimedia library that's helpful. There's tons of stuff in my lab that you have with your account. Just type in, you know, we are working on 2.3. I don't still get 2.3. Let's just select everything that this program has. And I'll appear down here. And then I can look at a little animation. There's test prep. There's a PowerPoint. There's some StatCrunch. We'll get to StatCrunch later. Applets, there's your textbook. There's another video. So lots there to supplement your learning as you go through, right? That's under multimedia library. Okay, so that's it for my lab for now. So let's go back to Canvas, and we've looked at home, right? We've seen announcements. Make sure you're checking your announcements to I'll be sending weekly announcements. So check there to see that you don't miss anything. Modules, that's where everything is housed, right? Most of it is through my lab, but some of it's not. And specifically is something like a discussion post. So in week 2, we have a discussion post due. That's not in my lab. So if you're only going into my lab, you're going to miss that. So always make sure to be checking modules for everything. Discussion posts are, they vary. There's 5 of them throughout the semester. This one's just a simple introduction of you to the class. So you're always going to do a post, and then you're going to respond to 2 other students. Okay, and that's the full 10-point credit. Right? You get 6 points for your post, and then 2 points each for responding to 2 other students. And again, make sure to do it all before the deadline. Especially good to do the discussion posts before the deadline, because it's a discussion, right? That's when other students are participating as well. If you do it late, it's kind of weird. So, but as far as late work goes, I do accept it. It's just a point deduction per day late. It's 10%, right? So if an assignment's worth 10 points, if it's 1 day late, you'll get 9 points maximum, then 8 points, 7 points each day late. Okay, so try to get things done on time so that you're not getting docked late points. Otherwise, the only other thing to show you in Canvas, home, announcements, modules, my lab, that's the main 4. And then is grades, it's the last one. So anytime you want to know your grade for the class, there's 2 ways to do it, really. I mean, they should match. So if you click on grades in Canvas, you should have a list of all of your assignments and your overall score. That gives you a pretty good breakdown. And at the bottom should be, breakdown of all the different topics, right? So you can see your breakdown there. Or you can get the grade book by going into my lab as well, right? So if I click on my lab, and go into your course that way, the my lab course, there's grade book there as well. So if you click on that grade book, you'll see an overall percentage there, and then a breakdown calculation, right, of all the stuff you've completed. Okay. If those don't match, let me know, but Canvas grade and my lab grade should be synced. So hopefully that's all working. And then otherwise, that's it for now to get you going. So you want to get those notes, come pick up a copy if you want, or use the electronic version. And again, that's under modules, right? So get those notes. Those notes are going to be helpful as you go through the material, right? And then once you got the notes, you do your orientations, get those complete, and then you're just going down the list, right? It's pretty self-explanatory each week. It's all designed week by week with the due dates listed below and how many points it's worth as you go through. Okay. If you ever have any questions, I respond pretty quickly to email. So send me an email and I'll respond as soon as I can. Otherwise, again, I hope you enjoy the class. And yeah, let me know if you have any questions. I'll talk to you later. Bye.